Before we begin, welcome to Mindset Fuel, the channel where we share powerful stories that change the way you think about life. If you believe in personal growth and strong mindset, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs this message today. Now let's begin. Have you ever felt that people come to you only when they need something? Have you ever cancelled your own plans, your rest, your sleep, or your peace just to help someone who forgets you the moment they are done? If you have felt this, then this story is for you. Because sometimes life teaches us the hardest lessons through the people we care about. Once in a peaceful little town, surrounded by long green fields and calm old houses, there lived a man named Daniel. Everyone in the town knew him well. If someone's bicycle chain broke, they shouted for Daniel. If someone needed help carrying boxes, they knocked on Daniel's door. If a lonely person needed someone to talk to, they went straight to Daniel's house. He never said no. He always smiled and said, "Of course, I'll help." Daniel believed helping others made him a better person. People praised him for his kindness. But slowly, without realizing it, Daniel's life stopped belonging to him. His garden remained half-cleaned. His windows were broken. His roof needed repairs. His own problems were piling up, but instead of fixing them, he was out in the town fixing everything for everyone else. Every night he came home covered in dirt and sweat. His mother looked at him with tired eyes and said, "Daniel, my dear boy, you help everyone, but why does no one ever help you?" Daniel always gave the same small smile and replied, "It's all right, Mom. One day people will remember my kindness." But that day never came. One evening, the sky turned dark and heavy winds started blowing. The people of the town rushed to protect their gardens and belongings before the storm arrived. Daniel also ran outside. But not to save his own things. He went straight to help his friend Oliver, whose tools and equipment were still lying outside. They worked quickly, covering everything and moving tools into the shed. But Daniel's own garden furniture was still outside. His plants were uncovered. His wooden boxes were open. And then the storm hit. Rain poured heavily. The wind roared through the town. By the time Daniel returned home, almost everything in his garden was ruined. He sat on the front steps, rain dripping from his face, staring at the muddy mess that used to be his peaceful garden. His mother placed a warm towel on his shoulder and said quietly, "Daniel, today you saved everyone's things except your own." Daniel didn't reply. But inside him, something finally broke. The next morning, tired and confused, Daniel walked to the edge of town to meet old Mr. Harris, a wise retired teacher who lived near the river. Daniel sat beside him and said, "Sir, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I help everyone, but I feel empty. I feel tired, not from work, but from people. Why does kindness feel like it's breaking me?" Mr. Harris looked at the river flowing slowly and said, "Daniel, look at this river. It gives water to trees, birds, animals, and farms. But when it rains too much and the river forgets its path, what happens?" Daniel thought for a moment. "It floods, and destroys everything." Mr. Harris nodded. "Exactly. Kindness without boundaries becomes self-destruction. You are kind, Daniel. But you have no limits. You run everywhere for everyone, but nowhere for yourself. You think saying no is wrong. But sometimes saying no is the most honest form of self-care." Daniel listened carefully. Mr. Harris continued, "For the next 7 days, don't say yes immediately. When someone asks for help, pause and ask yourself, will helping them harm me? Will I lose time, peace, or energy that I need for myself? If the answer is yes, then simply say, not today." Try this for 7 days. The next morning felt different. Around noon, Oliver rushed toward Daniel. "Daniel, please help me move a heavy box." Daniel looked at his own broken fence that had needed repair for months. His heart wanted to say yes. But he remembered Mr. Harris's words. He took a deep breath and said, "Oliver, I'm sorry. Today I need to fix my own fence. I can help you later, but not today." Oliver looked shocked. "You're saying no? You never say no." Daniel nodded quietly. Oliver walked away disappointed. Daniel felt a little guilty. But he stayed focused. Within a few hours, the fence that had been broken for months finally stood strong again. For the first time in a long time, Daniel felt proud. The next day, 2 neighbors came asking for small favors. But Daniel politely refused and explained he was busy with his own work. That evening, instead of feeling tired and used, he felt calm. Peace filled his heart. On the 4th day, heavy rain returned. This time Daniel's roof started leaking. He waited, hoping someone might knock on his door like he had always knocked on theirs. But no one came. Not a single person. For a moment he felt hurt. But then he felt something new. Strength. He picked up his tools and fixed the roof himself. It took time. It took patience. But when he finished, he sat under his repaired roof and whispered, "So this is what it feels like, to depend on myself." Days turned into weeks. Slowly Daniel became a different man. He stopped running everywhere the moment someone called his name. He stopped sacrificing his sleep and peace for people who never cared. Instead, he started waking early. He cared for his garden. He repaired his home. He invested time in himself. And something surprising happened. People began respecting him more. Oliver started solving his own problems. Neighbors stopped asking for every little favor. The town was still friendly. But no one treated Daniel like a tool anymore. His house looked better. His garden grew beautifully. His face looked fresh and peaceful. And for the first time in years, Daniel laughed without feeling tired. One afternoon Mr. Harris visited him. He looked around the clean yard, the healthy plants, and the peaceful smile on Daniel's face. Then he asked, "So Daniel, did the world fall apart when you stopped saying yes to everyone?" Daniel smiled and replied, "No sir, in fact, my world finally started coming together." Mr. Harris nodded and said softly, "When you stop saying yes to everyone, you finally say yes to yourself. And that is when life truly begins to change." So my friend, are you like Daniel? Do you give too much? Do you say yes even when it hurts? Remember this, saying no does not make you selfish. It makes you strong. It means you are choosing peace over pressure. Your time, your mind, and your heart are precious. Protect them. Because the world will respect you only when you start respecting yourself. If this story touched your heart, like this video, subscribe to Mindset Fuel, and share it with someone who needs this message today. Because sometimes a single story can change someone's life.